Yeah, so several times when um, a couple of my clients and contacts, when they comment on some of my postings, uh, I receive comment like, Rabiu, this price that you guys are putting on this land, on these houses, don't you think is overpriced? It's like the government have to regulate real estate prices in Nigeria or in Lagos. All right, so in this episode and in this video, we'll be discussing, should real estate prices in Nigeria be regulated? Should real estate prices in Lagos be regulated in terms of land prices, house prices, and house rent? In case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this Meet the Property Guy Property channel, and this will discuss everything real estate, locations to invest, land titles, land documents, land scams, land fraud, return on investment, risk assessments. We talk about everything here, even including talking about real estate developers, real estate companies, their clauses, what to watch out for, which one should you invest in, which one should you not invest in. So this is your go-to channel for everything real estate here in Nigeria, particularly. And after watching this particular episode, I would also suggest you go to any of our playlists. We have a playlist on land documents, playlist on CFO, playlist on shortlets, land banking, Q&A session, interview sessions. You are definitely going to learn a lot. So let's go straight into the topic. Should real estate prices in Nigeria, should real estate prices in Lagos be regulated? So before you go straight into the topic and start analyzing, dissecting, and discussing the subject matter, in case you have been watching our videos, this is your second video, this is your fifth video, this is your fourth video on our channel, and you have not subscribed yet, we really want you to subscribe, because part of the way that you can support us, you can support our channel, you can support our content, you can support our efforts, is to be a part and parcel of the Meet the Property Guy channel. So we want you to be a member. So we want you to subscribe to our channel. And as I've been mentioning for a while, we're also going to start rolling out memberships. And the only way we can add you to any of our membership plan is for you to be a subscriber. So we want you to subscribe. If you have subscribed already, we want you to turn on the notification button, so that as we are dropping these videos, you get notified immediately and you don't miss any of them. All right, so let's go straight into what we are discussing today about should real estate prices, should land prices, house prices in Nigeria and in Lagos, should they be regulated? And now the major objection why a lot of our contacts and a lot of our clients feel like there should be a cap, there should be a measure, there should be a regulation in terms of the prices is they believe is overpriced, they believe it's not what it is, they believe it's overhyped, and so on and so forth. And we'll be discussing about a couple of things in this episode. We'll be looking at the house prices, land prices, profit margin, and why some of these prices are set at the amount or at the rate that they are. All right, now on this channel, I've talked about a couple of times about numerical value and purchasing value of money, and I've reiterated it severally that when it comes to particular figures, money figures, you are not only looking at the numbers, you have to look at what can this money buy. So numerical value, purchasing value. Now real estate is always measured based on the purchasing value of money. So a land that is currently 2 million is set at 2 million because that's what 2 million naira can buy. A land currently at 10 million is set at 10 million, that's because that's what 10 million naira can buy. And if we look at the Nigerian economy in the past, let's say 2 years particularly, we are going to witness a high drop in the purchasing value of money. What I mean by this is that what 1 million naira can buy in 2020 and what 1 million naira can buy this year 2024 is not the same. What 1 million naira can buy in 2022 and what 1 million naira can buy in 2024 is not the same. And the more the purchasing value of a particular currency drops, the higher the value of real estate or the higher the price of real estate is going to go up to adjust to the new purchasing value. That's the truth. So if 1 million naira can buy so thing in 2022 and 1 million naira cannot buy that thing again in 2024, real estate prices will adjust to the current purchasing value of that 1 million. That's just the simple truth. So if anything is happening to the purchasing value of naira, if anything is happening to how much what our naira can buy, then real estate prices will adjust to meet up to that new rate. So that's why you're going to see some new locations coming into the market, and are coming into the market with 2 million or 3 million, and they are still bush. Whereas just 1 year ago or 2 years ago, the new properties in those locations were like 1.5 million, 1.2 million, 1.8 million. That's because the purchasing value of our currency has dropped, and because of that, real estate prices have adjusted accordingly. Now, secondly, let's talk about profit margin, and this is more common when we are talking about house prices. And to be very frank, that's where a lot of our clients and our contacts have a very big objection with, when they look at house prices in Lekki Phase 1 and they are seeing 400 million, 450 million. They look at house prices in Aja and they are seeing 150 million, 125 million. They look at house prices in Magudu, they are seeing 350 million, 500 million, and they are like, how much are Nigerians earning? What's the minimum wage, you know? And these prices are overhyped, is overpriced, and so on and so forth. So let's look at the profit margin for a house this time around. Now, so in this example, we have a house price. So we have a house price at 400 million, maybe somewhere in Osaka, London, or somewhere in Lekki Phase 1, or somewhere in Maryland or Mole. The house price is 400 million. Now, so we start with the land cost. The land cost for this building. Let's say the land cost is 150 million. 150 million for the land. Now, the entire construction of the house, the finishing, foundation, blah blah blah, everything. Construction. So to build the house, to finish the house and complete the house and do everything there, 100 million. So land and the construction, total 250 million. And the house is 400 million. Now the first thing that comes to our investors and our clients' head is 250 million. And you guys are putting this house as 400 million. Wow. Like, wow. That's a whooping 150 million naira profit. These developers, they make money. But again, we are not going to be looking at it critically, that if the land is 150 million and the construction is 100 million, is the profit on this project actually 150 million? And to be very frank with you, the profit on this project is not up to 150 million. Even if we analyze it very well, it's not even going to be up to 50 million. Now, in our normal mathematical classrooms, when we're doing maths, maybe in our primary school, when we're doing profit and loss, the common question is so person bought a particular product at 5 naira, so the profit so that particular product at 15 naira, then what's his profit? And we start to subtract the amount bought from the amount sold, and then we derive the profit. Now, in business maths, it does not work that way. It does not work that way at all. And I had to learn this from one of our master class with Dr. Emmanuel. So now there's something we call replacement costs. Replacement costs. Now you must remember that this developer that is selling this house at 400 million is not selling to cash out. He's selling this house so that he can go into another project and then repeat the same thing. Sell, then rinse and repeat. So after he sells this one at 400 million, he's going to another place again to build another house to sell, rinse and repeat, and continue his business like that. So the developer must look at the replacement costs of this particular project, that after I complete this one, what will it cost me again to replace this particular product or this particular project. Now, for the land, let's assume that this developer bought this land in 2022 at 150 million. Now, for the land now, to buy that exact land again right now is 220 million for that land. Remember, we have a difference of 150 million. Why a difference of 150 million? After we have removed the land cost and the construction cost, we have a difference of 150 million. Now, for the land again, for this developer to get this land again, is now 220 million. Now, 220 million minus 150 million. That means there's an additional 70 million. So you move this 70 million now. So replacement cost for the land has already gone up by 70 million. So we move 70 million from this 150 million. We have 80 million naira left. Now, replacement cost for the house, or let's say for the construction. So if this developer want to build this particular project again, the project that cost him 100 million, sometime around December or November last year. Now, based on materials and everything that have gone up, it's going to cost him now 140 million. 140 million to now build this house again. 140 million. Now, if we remove the extra 40 million on this from this, before we had 80 million, when we remove this, we had 80 million. When we remove this, so this one construction now have gone up 30 million. When we remove 30 million from this 80 million, now we have 50 million. Hope you are seeing the profit margin now. Land have gone up 70 million naira extra. Construction have gone up 30 million naira extra. So, based on this now, profit margin is at 50 million. Now, when we now add the cost of documentation, tax, agency, approval, all these administrative parts with paying surveyors, lawyers to do all the different things they did, you are going to realize that the entire profits from this transaction is just around 40 million, which is just like 10% of what the developer sold that house. So it's very easy for us to look at a property price and look at what a developer wants to sell that particular property, and in your head you're already doing the math that this land cannot cost more than so amount to build it, cement, this one cannot, this guy have made 100 million from this project. But when you add all these behind the scene costs, particularly the replacement cost, because if this developer does not include this replacement cost in this project that he wants to sell, after I sell this project, he's going to get hooked, bankruptcy straight. He will not be able to continue the business. He will just close shop. So that's why profits and loss is more than just looking at what you buy minus how much you bought it minus how much you sold it. You have to include some extra things there to determine the price. So based on this breakdown here, we had 150 million in the difference before. When we look at the 70 million naira appreciation on the land to buy a new land now, the profit have gone to 80 million. When we look at the inflation on construction materials, 30 million, profit have reduced to 50 million. Remove agency, documentation, taxes, approvals, just 40 million. It's just 10%. So it's just 10% of this that the developer is making as profits. Now, the same thing also apply when we are looking at rentals. And in the past 9 months, I've been more active and more familiar with rentals because I've been handling a couple of my clients' portfolios, that particularly those ones that bought long lease from us. After they got those apartments, we're also the ones that handles the renting out. So I've been a bit more active in the rental market now in terms of knowing how much these apartments are getting rented out. So around September last year, we rented out a 1-bed, newly built 1-bed in Maryland. We rented it out at 1.2 million. 1.2 million for rent. Now, as at today, the 1-bed newly built house that we are renting out at Pedro that is not even as touch as Maryland, we are doing 1.7 million. That's a 500k difference between 1.2 million and 1.7 million. Basically, that's 10, 20, 30%. So we're already looking at like a 40% increase in house rent. And once new houses are already going up in terms of house prices, or house rent rather, within 6 months or 7 months, the old houses are also going to increase their prices to match up. So if old houses are doing 900k, 1 million for 1-bed houses before, by August this year 2024 or September this year 2024, most of these old houses also are going to be commanding 1.2 1.3 million naira as rent for those houses. And the common reason behind this is cement has gone up from 5,200 to maybe 8,500 right now. Iron rod has gone up from 580, 560 to 1.4 million naira right now. Tiles have gone up, water heater has gone up, chandeliers have gone up, everything that we use in finishing, completing a house have gone up. Granite, sharp sand have gone up. So new houses have increased their prices, old houses are going to follow suit. Now we need to also understand that investors, landlords, developers, they also pay bills, and developers don't pay bills with cement. Is what they sell, the amounts, the prices they sell and the prices they make from these projects, that's what also they use to pay their bills. So if I'm collecting a 1 million naira rent, for example, and I have 3 kids, and each of my kids their school fees is 300k, so that's the 3 of them 900k. I still have 100k left to do fine boy after I pay their school fees. Now their school now increase their school fees to 450,000, and that's 1,350,000 naira now for the 3 kids. Definitely I'll go back to my assets and adjust my assets. I'm also going to increase the rent I'm charging on my asset too, because the purchasing value of what I was collecting before have been affected. It has dropped, so I have to adjust my assets accordingly. I have an apartment and I'm collecting 200k for rent. Then maybe that 200k I'll buy a bag of rice, 4 bags of rice, 50,000 naira, 4 bags, and I know that okay, for the next 1 year I'm not buying rice. But now the cost of rice gone up to 75,000 or 80,000 naira per bag, which means that the 4 bags now is now 320,000. I'll go back to my rent too and increase the rent to 350,000, so I can continue to buy my 4 bags of rice. So the amounts that investors are making from their house rent, from their short let, from their cash flow, if the purchasing value of this amount, of this rate, is affected and they are unable to use that same money to do whatever they were doing before, they are going to go to the assets and adjust it. So if we are clamoring for house prices, land prices to be regulated, then the entire economy have to be regulated. That means they have to regulate the cost of food. That means they have to regulate the cost of the school fees also. People at schools can also increase their school fees anyhow. They have also to regulate the cost of fuel. Diesel cannot go up anyhow again. Gas cannot go up anyhow again. You know, they have to regulate the cost of building materials. But without regulating these other factors, these other sectors, you can't just single out the real estate market to be regulated, because the people that are buying, that are investing, that are developing all these different real estate products, either is a house, is an apartment, is a land, they are also going to the market to buy things. And if whatever they are making, they are earning from their real estate investments is not meeting up to whatever they are buying in the market, they have to just increase the price. That's just it. So if we are clamoring for the housing markets, the real estate markets in Lagos, in Abuja, or in Nigeria entirely to be regulated, to have a cap, there should be standardized, particularly in terms of pricing, then we also have to say the same of the entire Nigerian economy and the entire Nigerian financial market, basically. So we can agree to disagree, it's fine, it's democracy, and that's why we always have our comment section always open, so that you can hear your view, you can drop your perspective. What do you think? What do you think about our explanation? What do you think about our analysis? Do you agree with this? Do you have a different idea, a different perspective, or a different solution to the housing market, the housing prices, and the real estate prices that we have in Lagos and in Nigeria entirely? So you can drop a comment about that. You can hear your view. I'll definitely respond to your comments, and we are going to share our perspective about what I think, what you think, and hopefully we come down to a common ground. All right, so once again, if you have been enjoying our content, you have been enjoying our videos, and you have not subscribed yet to what we do here, you have not subscribed yet to our channel, This is another reminder for you to subscribe. We really want you to subscribe. Remember, we are holding out membership, and we really want you to be part of our membership, because so that don't miss any of our content. Maybe our content will be like maybe 3 minutes free or 4 minutes free, and for people that want to enjoy the full length will be members. So that's why you have to subscribe, so that we can add you to our membership plan. And if you have subscribed already, we also want you to turn on the notification button so that you don't miss any of these videos. And don't forget, if you enjoy this content, you are subscribed already, give us a thumb like, and share this content. Share it on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your WhatsApp pages, your WhatsApp groups, your WhatsApp status. Get more people to get involved, enjoy this content, enjoy what we do here, and get more familiar with the housing and the real estate market here in Nigeria. So I still remain your number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa. Thanks for watching our video, and see you next time.